Have you ever wondered why some men command respect effortlessly, while others keep losing ground without even noticing?
Oh,
The difference lies in their mindset, the habits they never allow themselves to fall into. Stop over-explaining, and finally understand what makes a man truly unforgettable. Then this message is for you. Stay until the end, because once you see these truths, you'll never see yourself or women the same way again. There comes a moment when you realize you've been giving away your own value without even knowing it. And once these truths hit you, you can't unsee them, whether in your own actions or in how she reacts. These are the 9 things that truly smart men never do, and knowing them will not only help you understand women, but also give you a quiet, unshakable advantage. Imagine this. From today, you'll stop chasing validation. Stop explaining every delay, every move, every text, as if your worth needs a footnote. Why? Because real men of true value don't waste energy trying to be constantly understood. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This video is about embodying that truth. First, never over-explain yourself. If you find yourself writing long explanations for every action, every text delay, stop right there. A high-value man doesn't panic when asked, "Why didn't you text back immediately?" He answers with calm clarity, or sometimes with silence. Constantly explaining smells like insecurity. It signals that you're seeking approval, and once she senses that, the balance of power shifts. Real confidence doesn't beg to be understood. It lets your presence speak louder than any justification. If she respects you, she won't demand a play-by-play. If she doesn't, no amount of explaining will fix that. Remember, mystery creates attraction. Clarity builds trust, but over-explaining destroys both. Say what needs to be said once, with conviction, and move on. Second, never chase. There's a difference between pursuing and chasing. Pursuing is intentional effort. Chasing is frantic motion with no direction. Picture this. The moment you start bending over backwards to impress, sending multiple texts, giving attention she hasn't earned, you're no longer leading, you're following. Women are naturally wired to test, not out of malice, but instinct. They want to know if you stand firm or crumble when they pull away. When she delays a reply, do you double text? When she says she's busy, do you beg for another time? Every time you chase, you teach her to value you less. Smart men don't chase, they lead. They engage when energy is mutual, but when it's not, they step back effortlessly. Because they know this truth: if a woman truly wants you, she will show up. If she doesn't, that's your answer. These first lessons are not about playing games, they're about preserving your self-respect. Ask yourself, would a man grounded in purpose and clarity waste time over-explaining or chasing validation? Or would he focus on his path, his values, and let the right people naturally align with him? As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This mindset separates the man who is remembered from the man who is forgotten. As you continue to refine your mindset, remember this truth. Connection is not built by throwing all your cards on the table too soon. Many men believe that sharing every detail of their life in the early stages of a relationship builds intimacy. But in reality, too much exposure to fast often creates pressure rather than attraction. Smart men understand that intimacy is like a dance. It flows with rhythm, not like a blinding spotlight that reveals everything all at once. When you overshare early on, you risk turning emotional connection into emotional weight. Like you're unloading everything, hoping she admire your vulnerability, but often it overwhelms her instead. Mystery matters. As Seneca wisely said, we are always complaining that our days are few and acting as though there would be no end of them. Similarly, your story and experiences should be revealed with intention. Little by little, allowing her to earn your truth. When she asks about your past or your dreams, share pieces that inspire curiosity rather than dumping the entire book on the first chapter. For example, imagine meeting someone for the first time, and within a few days you tell them about your childhood struggles, your heartbreaks, your fears, and your biggest failures. While it might seem like deep bonding, what you're really doing is creating emotional pressure. Let her wonder about you. Let her ask the next question. When your truth comes out gradually, it has far greater value. Like a precious stone, its worth increases when revealed at the right time. The fourth principle is equally important. Never try to fix her. Many men, especially those with kind hearts, fall into the trap of becoming a savior. She's moody, self-sabotaging, or stuck in old wounds, and you feel compelled to heal her. But this is a mistake. Smart men know they are not therapists. They are partners. Trying to fix her places you in a parental role, which unconsciously kills attraction. Worse, it makes you responsible for problems that aren't yours to solve. A woman in chaos doesn't need you to save her. She needs a man who stands firm, like a mountain that doesn't bend in the storm. Show empathy, hold space, but do not get pulled into her storm. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your role is to stay grounded, not to drown in her emotional waves. Let's consider a real-life scenario. Imagine your partner is going through a tough time, feeling lost or unsure. The instinct might be to take control, to fix everything, but often, the greatest strength you can offer is simply presence. Instead of solving her problems, you offer clarity and calm. When she sees that your emotions are steady, it reassures her more than any solution ever could. The fifth principle is one that ruins even the most promising relationships. Never neglect your purpose for her. When you meet someone new and sparks fly, it's easy to let your focus shift. Start skipping the gym, losing momentum in your career, or shrinking your social life. Before you know it, your entire world revolves around her. She may enjoy the attention at first, but over time, respect fades when she senses you've lost your sense of purpose. Smart men never confuse connection with codependency. Your purpose, your mission is not optional. It is your oxygen. If someone pulls you away from it, you are either with the wrong person or you have forgotten your path. Women are most attracted to men who are already on a mission, who have a life outside of their relationship. When you hold your frame and stay true to your goals, she will naturally feel drawn to your strength. Ask yourself, what defines me outside of this relationship? Do I still pursue my dreams, my health, my friendships? The man who continues to grow and evolve, even while in love, is the man who commands respect. As Epictetus said, first learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. In the same way, first understand your purpose, then live it. Let her be a part of your life, not the center of it. These principles aren't about distancing yourself from women. They're about creating balance, about standing so firmly in who you are that you can love without losing yourself. When you combine mystery, emotional strength, and purpose, you become magnetic, not because you're trying to be, but because you embody what few men do. Self-ma. The sixth principle every smart man should live by is this: never compete for her attention. Imagine this scene. You're at a party, and she's laughing with another guy. Instantly, your heart tightens, your ego stings, and before you know it, you're cracking louder jokes, trying to outshine the competition. Stop. That's the moment you've already lost your ground. When you compete for attention, you send an unspoken message that you see yourself as less than, and that her. Attention is a prize you must fight for. But here's the truth. Real value never chases validation. It commands presence. Let her enjoy conversations with others. Let her laugh. Let her talk. While she's busy drifting in the crowd, you remain composed, calm. It's not neither cold or arrogant, but quietly grounded. This is what separates the insecure man from the man she can't stop thinking about. A stoic man knows that his worth doesn't depend on temporary attention, but on the unshakable confidence he carries within. The seventh principle is one that cuts deep for many men. Never make her the source of your happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of building your emotional world around a woman, making her your light, your peace, your purpose. But what happens when she leaves? Your entire foundation collapses. Smart men understand that happiness must be built from within. They find peace in discipline, joy in solitude, and purpose in their mission. Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. A woman should complement your happiness, not become the sole reason for it. Think of it this way. If your sense of self crumbles when her mood changes or her messages slow down, you've given away your power. A strong man, one rooted in self-respect, can stand tall even in silence. He knows that he's enough on his own, and that's what makes him magnetic. Neediness repels while wholeness attracts. Before you give her your heart, ask yourself, am I complete without her? If the answer is no, your first task is to build yourself, not the relationship. The 8th principle is all about emotional control. Don't react emotionally to her tests. She may pull back, flirt with someone else, or challenge your goals not out of cruelty but as a subconscious test of your strength. She wants to know if you can stand firm, if you can handle the storms without losing your center. When you snap, argue, or crumble, you fail the test. A stoic man observes before he reacts. He breathes. He responds with calm authority rather than raw emotion. As Epictetus advised, any person capable of angering you becomes your master, can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Picture this. She makes a sarcastic comment about your ambition. Instead of firing back or questioning yourself, you smile, perhaps even laugh, and move on. It shows that her emotional waves don't shake your mountain. It's not about winning an argument. It's about proving that your stability is unshakable. Finally, the 9th principle, never apologize for your standards. You want loyalty, peace, and alignment in your life. That's not being controlling. It's knowing your worth. It's the world, and even some women, might try to shame you for having expectations. They'll say you're asking too much, or that you're insecure for not accepting anything less. But real men, stoic men, hold the line. They don't demand perfection, but they don't compromise their values. If she doesn't meet your standards, you walk away not with anger, but with clarity, because your peace is sacred. A man without standards is a man without direction. Think about it. Would you let someone walk into your home and disrespect everything you've built? Then why allow it in your relationships? A strong man, grounded in his values, knows that walking away is not weakness, it's mastery. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Protect your mind, your energy, and your heart." These last principles remind us that being a stoic man is not about being cold or detached. It's about standing firm with calm strength in a world that constantly tests you. When you master your emotions, your purpose, and your boundaries, you don't need to fight for respect. It finds you.